Kingdom. Come on and let's see what adventures await.
From the day we arrived on the planet and blinking step into the sun, there's more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps racing small on the endless round. It's the circle of life, and it moves.
George of the jungle, strong as he can be. Watch out for that tree. George of the jungle lives a life that's free. Watch out for that tree. When he gets in scrape, he makes his escape with the help of his friend, an ape named Ape. Then away he'll schlep on his elephant Shep, while Bella and Ursula stay in step. With George of the jungle, friend to you and me. Watch out for that tree. Watch out for that tree. George of the jungle, friend to you and me.
I come from a land, from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam. Where it's flat and immense, and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home. When the wind's from the east, and the sun's from the west, and the sand and the glass is right, come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet and fly to another Arabian night. Arabian nights, like Arabian days, more often than not, are hotter than hot in a lot of good ways. Arabian nights meet Arabian moons, a fool off his guard.
So here we are entering a little Ituri forest. We have to keep our eyes peeled here in the forest because the animals do tend to blend into this background. You look on the right-hand side, these two animals with the black and white stripes on their legs are called the okapi. The okapi is actually the closest known relatives to the giraffe. Not the zebra, but the giraffe. It's also one of the largest latest mammals to be discovered by Western civilization all the way back in 1901. Important gathering places here in the forest. Also sometimes a great chance for us to spot some rare species, so we gotta keep our eyes out for them. Sometimes in this area we can spot black rhinoceroses, but I do have to warn you, it's a very rare sighting. Down here on the left-hand side you have yellow-billed storks, and then the black and white one, that's a saddle-billed stork. Now a saddle-billed stork can stand almost 5 feet in height with a wingspan that goes about 8 to 9 feet from tip to tip. And I'm not sure if we're going to have any black rhinoceros sightings at the moment. It is very rare due to the fact that they're on the brink of extinction. Head is down. It looks like he's there. He's popping up. You can now see his ears and his horn. Spot for hippos. So we will have to keep our eyes out for them. Now if you look over here on the left-hand side, you're going to spot several here in the water. Now hippos are one of the largest mammals in Africa. At birth, a baby hippo weighs about 85 pounds, and an adult male can tip the scale at almost 5,000 pounds. Also on the bird's nest, you'll spot white-breasted cormorants. Cormorants dive in to catch their fish, and then they have to completely dry off before they can fly away. There are also several pink-backed pelicans in the area and eat almost 150 pounds worth of vegetation. Now hippos do stay underneath the water because they have very sensitive skin, so they're trying to protect it from. Just make sure everyone remains seated because I don't want anyone going overboard. Now these Nile crocodile are much larger and much more powerful than American alligator. They can grow up to 20 feet in length and choke on their train about 1,200 pounds per square inch. On the right-hand side, baobab trees do survive long periods of drought by staying leafless almost 9 months out of the year, storing all the water inside that very large tank that I have. Now the beautiful landscape here is created by the animals. The elephants, they come in and plow down some of the trees in order to get to the soft bark. This allows this beautiful grass to spread across. If you also look way up on the hillside, you might be able to see those horns of those dark brown animals. Those are the sable antelope. The beautiful sable antelope are the emblem of the Harambe Reserve, and those horns go about 50 to 60 inches in length. Now these tame animals over here, these are the Patterson eland. The Patterson eland, a male can stand about 6 feet from hook to shoulder and weigh up to 2,000 pounds. The gray animals you can see here inside, and there's also one here on the right-hand side. These are the white-bearded wildebeest, also known as the gnues because they make a newing sound. They're one of the largest migrations in Africa, 1.5 million. Inside, you'll spot the Thompson gazelles, also known as the Tommies. They are fully grown at 60 pounds, so they do stay nice and small. And then you can't miss those horns. Those are the horns of the Ankole cattle. Ankole cattle were first domesticated by the Watusi tribe, so they're sometimes called the Watusis. Those horns can grow about 6 feet in length. And as they come up here on the left-hand side, I can spot some beautiful giraffes. The furthest one back, that's a reticulated giraffe. It's a reticulated giraffe because of the net-like pattern. The two closer ones, those are Maasai giraffes because of their Oakley-shaped pattern. Now, Maasai giraffes only need about 30 minutes of sleep throughout the entire day. And their pattern that they have are very much like our fingerprints. They're very different from each one, so it's like one of a kind for each of their patterns there. And you look right now, there's one kind of walking up through those big tall trees here. I'm going to see if I can catch the local radio station. Oh my goodness, check out the elephant in the watering hole! See, I catch the local radio station. Just checking out that elephant. And it's very alarming because baby elephants stick with their mothers 13 to 15 years out of their life. That's so the baby elephant can learn how to become an adult. Inside by that baobab tree, there are those beautiful elephants there. Unfortunately, they do have those ivory tusks, which makes them a target for poachers. But luckily, we have many great warrens here in our reserve to help protect these beautiful animals. You can just say it one more time right there. Now coming up in the watering hole here on the left-hand side, you see all the freshwater brine shrimp and other water creatures that are very high in keratin. This area, let me get a little closer to them. At the brink of extinction, but thanks to anti-poaching and conservation efforts, their population has grown back to a sustainable level. Now up here, I do warn you that lions sleep almost 20 hours out of the day, as you can see. Looks like it's the lioness's job to go on hunt while the male lion stays behind to protect its cubs and territory. The light color animals with the straight horns that go towards the back, that's the scimitar horned oryx. Then you can't miss the tallest flightless bird here, known as the ostrich. Now the scimitar horned oryx also get its name because those horns resemble the shape of the scimitar sword. Those dark brown animals in between there are the bontebok. Unfortunately, the bontebok can only be found in a reserve like that. Now the really cool thing about the addax is they could go almost their entire lives without drinking any water. They get enough leaves and grasses that they eat. It's gonna get a little rough in here.
Don't worry, you drop them right into my patrol. To you, they are now both safe. How come they start out of everyone?
We can help, Wilson. Over.
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to its mother.
Wilson, thank you so much for helping save that baby elephant back there at Sante Sana. Unfortunately, our little rescue mission did take us off our scheduled tracks. To be honest, the new office is going to have to find the nearest forest coast and cut our trains and birds just a little bit short. That way we will help William Wilson with that baby elephant back there.